Supplements. It is literally a billion-dollar industry. And these are the top 6 supplements I find useful for ADD. First, let me offer a disclaimer. I am a nurse practitioner. I'm licensed to practice in the state of Washington with prescriptive authority, but I may not be your healthcare provider. So this is offered as information, and this should be taken in consultation with your regular healthcare provider. Go through that person. They're the person who can advise you as an individual what is appropriate for you. And generally, we have something called the recommended daily allowances. And these are really good guidelines. It's fairly exceptional that one would have to exceed the RDA, or regular daily allowances. And that needs to be done with the supervision of your healthcare provider. It is the wild, wild west out there in terms of supplements. Some supplements don't even carry what they say they have in them. In fact, there have been some supplements in the US that have been found to have substances that are toxic. So certification is important. And with extensive use of dietary supplements, there's little in the way of quality standardization of these products. And it's difficult for healthcare professionals and consumers alike to discern their safety. There are 3 certifying organizations. There's Consumer Lab, there's NSF International, and US Pharmacopeia Convention, or the USP. On the bottle for any supplement, you should see printed one of these certifications. If it doesn't have this certification, take a pass on that one. You don't know what you're getting. So first and foremost, one of the things that I've been an advocate of are omega-3 fatty acids. These do a lot of very good things for people. Where they come from are small ocean-going fishes that live in the top part of the water column. Heavy metals like mercury, zinc, and that's why you're often advised to not eat a lot of portions of fish that basically live on the bottom. These are not from fish that live on the bottom. And so inherently, they don't have heavy metals. And the good omega-3 fatty acids are molecularly filtered. And this is part of what allows them to get various certifications. From both a prevention and a treatment standpoint, omega-3s play a really key role in ADD. And the research literally comes from all over the world. We have 2 types. We have fish oil and we have flaxseed. And the difficulty is that only about 25% of people have the enzyme necessary to convert the flaxseed-based omega-3s to the usable forms that we find in fish oil-based omega-3s. And for sure, it's not going to hurt you, but it may not be effective at all. Well, let's look at some of the research from all over the world. And just down south of me, Oregon Health and Science University found that supplementing your diet with omega-3 fatty acids consistently lessened hyperactivity. And this was evaluated by parents and teachers with grade school kids, that it lessened hyperactivity and made kids calmer in the classroom. Australian research found less inattention and less hyperactivity as well, and less disobedience and less hostility and better spelling too. And these were among the symptom relieving benefits experienced by children with ADD, ADHD, who took omega-3 supplements every day for 4 months. Now we turn the globe to German researchers who found that supplementing with omega-3s improved working memory. That's the short-term recall that is absolutely key to learning. And we'll spin the globe again. And Israeli researchers studied 78 ADHD kids aged 9 to 12 with sleep problems, giving them either an omega-3/omega-6 supplement or a placebo. After 10 weeks, the children taking the supplement slept better. They were less fatigued during the day, and they were better able to cooperate with others. So the research is consistent, and it comes from all over the world. Magnesium. Most people don't get enough magnesium in their diet. And before you reach for a supplement, you should know that a few servings of magnesium-rich food per day can meet your need for this important nutrient. Things like nuts and seeds and whole grains and beans and leafy vegetables, milk, yogurt, fortified foods are good sources. Just an ounce of almonds or cashews contains 20% of your daily RDA of magnesium. And sometimes even tap water or mineral water can provide magnesium. Tap water varies a lot, and sometimes it tastes pretty awful, and sometimes it's pretty good, but sometimes it will even contain magnesium. Now, research shows that supplemental magnesium can improve sleep quality, especially in people with poor sleep. It can also help sleep insomnia that's related to restless leg disorder or syndrome. It also is known to be a stress reliever and mood stabilization. It increases GABA, which encourages relaxation as well as sleep. But there are some caveats with magnesium, hence my disclaimer and your need to go through your healthcare professional. When you use Adderall and magnesium, using these medications together can increase absorption of amphetamine and increase its effects. It's like cranking up the dose a bit. Magnesium supplements can interact with many other medications, particularly antibiotics. So again, this gets back to my disclaimer. Go through your healthcare provider. Ask that person what they think about magnesium. High doses of magnesium from supplements can cause nausea, abdominal cramping, and diarrhea. For my own use, I take magnesium at night. And that way, if you are on medications like Adderall, that medication will have run its course and be basically largely out of your system. And so you don't need to worry about amplified effects. Vitamin C. Vitamin C is important in modulating the neurotransmitter dopamine. And this is something that is really crucial in terms of treatment of ADD. Now, again, there's a caveat. If you take Adderall extended release, it releases with pH-specific coatings. So you don't want to take vitamin C within an hour after taking your Adderall. Now, in a 2007 Cochrane review study, they looked at placebo-controlled trials involving the uses of at least 200 milligrams a day of vitamin C, either taking continuously or as a prophylactic treatment after the onset of a cold. Prophylactic use of vitamin C didn't significantly reduce the risk of developing a cold in a general population. When taken at the onset of a cold, vitamin C did not affect the cold duration or symptom severity. So that's an unfortunate myth about vitamin C. Linus Pauling was the big proponent of mega doses of vitamin C. Vitamin C is a water-soluble vitamin. And so anything your body can't use, well, it comes out in the form of expensive urine. So the artifact of the mega doses that Dr. Pauling recommended is it kind of fries your kidneys. It makes a very acid environment as it excretes off the excess that you can't use anyway. So I'm going to take a moment. If you're finding this a useful presentation, I would really like to hear, first of all, what supplements do you take? What do you find useful, and what happens when you take them? Please leave your comments down below. I'd really like to get your input on what is working for you. Also, if you like this content, give me a like. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. So let's move on to zinc. Zinc is an essential mineral that is naturally present in some foods. It's added to others, and it's available as a dietary supplement. It's found in many cold lozenges and some of the over-counter medications sold as cold remedies. It is involved in many aspects of cellular metabolism. There are some studies that show that people with ADD may have lower levels of zinc. Taking zinc may reduce hyperactivity and impulsivity, but not inattentiveness. High levels of zinc may be dangerous. Have your healthcare provider check you or your child's zinc levels before starting a supplement. The RDA, or recommended dietary allowances, recommend a daily level of zinc. And basically, if you're eating a well-balanced diet, 97 to 98% of you are going to be getting enough zinc. Zinc toxicity can occur in both acute and chronic forms. Adverse effects of high zinc intake: nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite, abdominal cramps, diarrhea, and headaches. One case report cites severe nausea and vomiting within 30 minutes of ingesting 4 grams of zinc. Again, work through your healthcare provider. Vitamin B. Vitamin B is one of those interesting ones that we can absorb through eating a well-balanced diet. But children who had a regular intake of vitamin B saw improvement in their IQ scores, sometimes by as much as 15 points. And there are studies that show that this is the case. Those who consume vitamin B6 experienced increased levels of dopamine, a natural chemical in the brain that promotes alertness. Children with ADD who took this vitamin were more likely to listen to their teachers, their mentors, and their parents. Iron. Iron and ADD. Well, some experts believe that low iron levels contribute to ADD symptoms in children. There was a small study that found that these kids had naturally lower ferritin levels. It's a protein that is needed to store iron in the blood. The same study showed that children showed symptom improvement after taking an iron supplement for 12 weeks. There's an important caveat. Supplemental iron can be dangerous if taken too much. And it doesn't mean that you're going to rust in place. All people should get their iron levels measured by laboratory study before starting a supplement. I'm a believer in real food, and actually it shows that vitamins absorb best when taken through real food. Eating iron-rich foods like red meat, dark chocolate, which a lot of people will like that one, and leafy green vegetables can increase iron levels and without the risk. So food, that is really your best choice, looking at your diet rather than supplements. But if you are going to take a supplement, these are my top 5. So this is GH Glade. And if you like this presentation, give me a thumbs up. If you aren't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And please share this with others. Until next time, which is Monday, when I'll release another one, you take care and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.